am I gonna lay in bed at night thinking that he's gonna get away? No longer will I feel suicidal, knowing that I'm gonna keep feeling this way. It's done and over with. It's done, and I'm glad it's over with. And finally, like he always said, darkness always comes to light, and it did today. Justice got served today. Don't hide. The longer you hide, the worse it gets. Mine came out different. I got shot, but I'm living today. I'm here to tell my story to other girls. Not to be scared. Speak up. You have the voice. Don't let no one cover you and say that you can't, because you have the right and the voice to not be hurt anymore. Start a new life with my new family and just move on. And sorry, I'm just glad this is done and over with. I'm happy. It's time to start a new chapter.
I'm just ecstatic for the victims in this case. They have been through hell, and I'm just so happy that they had the courage to come in here and tell the truth and tell their story. And it was a horrifying story, and it's not the kind of thing that teenage girls want to get up and talk about. And the jury saw through the lies, and they saw two young women who came in here and told the truth, and they found this guy guilty of every single count. And so I'm just really happy for the victims. There were multiple witnesses to the shooting outside. So he did it in broad daylight. His own wife testified that she watched him shoot his two adopted daughters. And so there was never any question at all about whether he pulled the trigger and shot these girls. There's kind of two parts of this trial. It was the shooting and then the abuse.
I was about 3 blocks down when I heard the sound of the trumpet, so I started running with my girl, and I stood there watching everything. Then this man opened a Bible. When he opened the Bible, he began to preach about God. He began to say that God has the power to change the course of mankind. That God meant us to be happy, that he can change us. And when he said that, I got offended. And I just stepped out of the crowd and I told this man, you shut up. Don't open your mouth anymore. If you say anything, you're gonna drop dead. This is no God power here, man. This is ghetto power. This is manpower, and this is game power. And there's no way that God has the power to change anybody. The toughest, that is the only one who's gonna make it. The wicked, they're gonna perish. They're never gonna make it. I told this man, you get out of here and don't come around this neighborhood. I told my gang, don't listen to this guy. Don't listen to him. This guy is a fanatic. He's a phony. This guy is a communist. I didn't know what communist was, but that's what I told him in that moment. I told my gang, you wanna have a good time? You want to have a good time? I give you the good time. Let's go down to this basement, smoke some grass or some marijuana, sip some wine, drop some pills, dance for a while, have a chick, and you're going to feel better. But this guy, he ain't nothing. This guy is crazy. I took my gangs and we went down to this basement. We put the music,
You a communist? Huh? How'd you like it? They tell you all the time what to do, what to think, what to feel. Do you want to be like a sheep?
15 minutes later, David Wilkerson opened the door without permission.
I don't have to listen to this bullshit.
You want to work 8, 10 fucking hours? You own nothing? You got nothing?
He just walked in. He didn't took the message,
You want a Chivado on every corner, man, looking after you, watching everything you do, everything you say, man? Do you know I eat octopus 3 times a day?
And the first thing he said, where's Nicky? Like he knew me for a long time. One of my boys turned the light on, and I was standing there.
I got fucking octopus coming out of my fucking ears, man. I got the fucking Russian shoes, my feet's coming through.
I put my girl in one side and I told her I'm naked. What you want, man?
How'd you like that? What do you want me to stay there and do nothing?
He told me I want to be your friend.
Hey, I know fucking criminal, man. I know boot of a thief.
I told her I don't want to be your friend.
I'm Tony Montana, a political prisoner from Cuba.
He started walking toward me and said, you better stay right there. If you make any step,
And I want my fucking human right. Now.
I'm going to take my 32 Ruger and I'm going to fire and I'm going to blow your head off right here.
Just like the president, Jimmy Carter says.
Workers don't hesitate for a moment.
Okay?
Carter should see this human right. He's really good.
But he didn't stop.
What do you say, Harry?
And then Wilkerson, he was a skinny man.
I don't believe a word of this shit.
He started walking right straight toward me.
They all sound the same to me.
When he got near to me, he told me, come on, Nicky, shake my hand.
That son of a bitch Castro is shitting all over us.
And I just turned around and I hit him.
Send this bastard to Freedom Town. Let them take a look at him.
I grabbed him by his jacket and I spit at him.
Look at
Get him
that
out of
guy.
here.
You know something? Hey, you can send me anywhere.
And in that moment, I grabbed him, I threw him against the wall and I started cursing him.
Here, there, this, that. It don't matter. There's nothing you can do to me.
I use nothing but profanity, bad language.
That Castro has not already done.
I hit this man left and right, and then some other guy grabbed me and said, Nicky, this is a priest. This is a minister. This man is not, he's not in the gangs. I told him, I don't care who he is. And in that moment when he was like that, I just turned around and I started walking toward the door. And when I tried to open the door, David Wilkerson yelled at me. He said, Nicky, just a moment. Before you leave this place, I'm going to tell you something. I don't know what you're going to tell me.
And somehow you came into the gang, the Mau Maus. How was that life?
Well, that life was very violent. There was lots of crime, murder, lots of painful memories of people that they got close to you, and out of the blue sky, one day you in a rumble or a fight, and you holding the head of your best friend that has been killed. Just to give you a little background, I was born in Puerto Rico, and I was born in the wounds of a witch. My mother was a witch. My father was a satanic priest. And then in the early stage of my life, and I was a little boy, 3 years and a half, my mother became very abusive. And many times the beating became so strong that I used to wake up in a pool of blood. My nose was broken, my lips was split, my eyes were closed because of the beating that she gave me, and the ribs. And she used to put me in this room, lock me up in this room, and right there I have to embrace my own physical pain.
Sure.
But that really, I became immune to the physical pain, and nothing can hurt me physically, but what really tore me up apart, destroyed me psychologically and emotionally, was when she told me that I wasn't her son, that she cursed the day that I was born. Now, my father was a satanic priest, which means I was born in a curse, and I wasn't the only one in the family. I have a big family, 17 brothers and 1 sister.
17?
Oh yes, my father was a very romantic human being. He really loved Mama.
Yeah.
And all these memories, when I was 9 years old, I was almost commit suicide. I was in the process of hanging myself, and I went through the process. I climbed the mango tree. I put the rope on my neck.
Tried to kill yourself?
Yes, I tried to commit suicide. And then that was the last time. And I lived with that little boy, and I love him because he was innocent. Then I hate the day that I was born, and I hate the guts of my mother. I never want to do anything with her. When she told me that I was a son of the devil and I was a failure. And when I came to New York, that's when I went wild.
How old were you then?
I was about 15. And then I joined another family, the gang called the Mamas, and I became their leader. And from there, I was in and out of jail, and I began to feel that I died. I really died when I was 9 years old.
You're inside?
Inside, I died, and I was waiting to be buried when I was maybe 19 or 20 years old, and living with all this hate inside.
When you died inside and all this hatred that came into you, how did you look at people at that time, other people?
How in the world are you going to love somebody that hates you? Or how in the world are you going to express to somebody? I used to have 75 girls in my gang, and you get close to maybe 3 or 4 that you trust. But yet you never tell that person I love you, and you don't want to hear that person tell you I love you. That is not acceptable. And I was one time in this party, and it was a salsa dance, and I went down to the basement, got stone high, and then came up there. There was lots of people, hundreds of people. And my girlfriend committed a mistake that she got emotional. She told me that she loved me, and then I got violence, and I grabbed it by her hair and I put her against my chest and I said, hey, did you feel anything that say that I love you? Do you understand that word? Never again you use that word. And she said, you hurted me. And then some of the guys from my gang had to pull me away because I could not relate to that kind of love.